Okay, there we go. So we finally get to hear Xinru at long last. There she is. You guys can see all right. Not like that a little bit. There we go. All right. So you sent 3 songs. And one was Di Forella, am I right?
Yes.
And I'm Chloe. So Teresa's working on that one too, so that's good. And I forwarded music to everyone. Did you all get it? Yes? Okay. It's another one of those things I hope I didn't dream. I did it. All right. Okay, let me find the music here. Good. So what would you like to start with?
Bati Bati.
Bati Bati. Okay, who else is doing this?
Yeah, hold on. So I'm ready to use your music.
I have one.
Do you have an extra?
Oh.
My fourth word refuses to open right now.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think that there's an update for it.
Sorry? Yeah, this is fine. Where are you starting from?
Or I can use this one.
No, this is fine. That's what I looked at. But where are you starting the rest of from?
Maseko Payuno.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to explain this aria a little bit to everyone? Tell them what it's about. You can talk
I'm
into the
playing the role Talina, and my husband is Mazzetto. And before this aria, I'm almost having an affair with Don Giovanni, and Mazzetto is being mad at me, and I'm trying to get him to forgive me.
Okay, good. All right, let's hear it.
That's word underneath you.
Okay, sorry.
Everyone's clapping for you. Yay! Oh, here's Domo. I'm waiting. Good. I'll finally hear you. For real. The problem with online lessons. No. Hang on. Technical difficulty. It's okay, Nina. I just need a stand. Okay, so the problem with the online lessons is that if I've never heard you in real life before, I don't get a sense of what your voice can do because I don't know what your microphone is like, right? And I don't know what kind of settings you have. So it can be really, really hard to know where somebody's at. So you sound really lovely. What a beautiful sound you have. It's a very nice voice. Tell me a little bit about your lessons with Chloe. What have you been working on a technical vocal technique level?
She's trying to help me with my color tone, and since I don't have a very flexible during my higher register, so she's helping me with that.
Okay, so how are you working on that? What kind of exercises are you doing?
Walking around.
Walking around. Okay, so can you show me what that might look like? Okay, but is that how you walk around like this? Like that? Or would that be more useful?
She's just telling me to walk around whatever I want.
Okay. I would suggest that you need to walk with a bit more strength and feeling of energy. So for those of you who've never been in my studio, one of the things I say to my students all the time is singing is not pretty. It's not delicate. It's not dainty. It's this. It's like strong. It's more like a sumo wrestler or somebody playing tennis than it is about ballet. And that's sometimes something that's a little bit tricky for us to understand because what you see on the outside of a very polished opera singer is not this. It's not somebody ready for the fight. It's all elegance. I'm telling you, what is underneath that big dress is sweat and this and strength and muscles and everything. So it's a lot of energy that goes into it. Okay, so that is good to know. Colors around. Okay, so can we start with that in mind? Can we start with the passade? We just start with one of those. How about the second one? That one? Sorry. Okay, good. So now, what I'd like you to do, rather than this, I want you to think down. Every time you have a high note, I want you to feel more grounded, more deep in the body. Try it. Okay, so you gotta bend your knees. You gotta stay strong through the hips. Stay low. Do you ever do skiing or anything that you need to balance?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, that's the feeling right there. You need to have that feeling. Okay, try again. More, even more. So, even though if you say bent knees, it doesn't mean hold stiff. It's still like it's like bouncing. I guarantee that's what's happening underneath the big costumes. Always the movement. Try one more time. Keep going. your jaw a little bit. So, breathing for a minute, but not this. But try. Yeah, it just needs to release a little more. Try one more time. So think of it as tall. That's better. That's better. You'll get more mileage out of that because the E vowel up high needs a lot more space. Good for you. Okay. Now, what does bati bati mean? Yikes, right? Whoa. She is saying to him, well, just beat me up then, Mazzetto. Okay, so does she really mean that?
No.
No. What does she really mean?
I don't know how to say the word in English, but it's like I'm trying to being cute and
Cute, but also seductive,
yes.
right? She also, at one point, takes his hand and puts it on her heart. Feel my heart beating, right?
Well, is it so I think when setting the pool, Mazzetto's hand on his heart is from the black.
Yeah, it is. It is. But this is the same. It's the same idea, right? So yeah, and you're absolutely sentido battere. That isn't cut by like me, but it's the same sentiment. It's like, well, if you really are so mad at me, why don't you beat me out? But she doesn't mean it. She just wants to seduce him. Because she really was wrong. She really was bad. She really did almost walk off with Don Giovanni. And I do think that she feels really guilty about it.
Not really.
Yeah, good. Okay, so then you got to play on that, right? So she doesn't actually feel very guilty. So she needs to win him back, body and soul, and she needs to just kind of, reel him in like this. Come on, Mazzetto, come back. Because in a month's time, she's probably going to go and do it again. Right? Okay, so that's your aim. Then how would that change? So she's probably not really sweet. She's probably really seductive. How would that change the way you think? You don't have to tell me. You just have to show me. Just try it with that in mind? Sure. Okay. Let's just do the aria. Don't worry about the rest of it. Variation in the colors that you use in your voice so that it's not all the same thing, right? So, so maybe first of all you're playing off how lovely he is. Oh, bel Mazzetto. I have this poor Serlina. I'm standing here like a little lamb waiting for the slaughter. And then maybe the next one is like gentler. Or maybe it's come on, mister, come at me. Or maybe it's more seductive than that. I don't know. There's lots and lots of variation that you can find within this. And that means in the color of your voice and in obviously dynamic is going to fall into that. Yeah? Okay, do you want to try it again?
Sure.
So why don't you start really gentle and I will toss ideas at you and you just see and you just follow. Okay? on. Come at me. Stand here. Come on. Okay. Oh, what am I gonna do? Okay, good. Okay. Sabro bacha. What's bacha? It's a kiss,
Yes.
right? Okay, right. So you want him to kiss you. That's what you want. Because you know if he does, he's yours. You've got him back again. He's in the palm of your hand. Okay. So what does she want him to do? Lascerò straziarmi prime.
Grab my hair
Yes. And scratch out my eyes. Yikes. It's really violent. Yeah. Right. And I want you to kiss me. Okay. So now you're going to say saprobacha, saprobacha, saprobacha. You say those words 3 times. They need to be different. Oh no, 4 times. No, 3 times. 3 times. So they need to be different every time. Is it? That's what I thought. 1, 2, 3.
There's one before. 1, 2, 4.
Okay, anyway, no matter what, it has to be different every time. Yeah, okay, it has to be different every time. Sabro. Okay, so let's figure out what you're gonna do there. So when you go, how can you make those 2 different? What do you want to do? You don't have to tell me, you just have to show me. Okay, you don't know how to. Okay, any suggestions? So, feel free to chime in, anybody. What would be a suggestion to how she could make the same text, the same repeated text different every time? Let's just throw out some ideas. What would be the most obvious?
Dynamics.
Making one softer, the other one louder. That's one possibility.
Dynamics. Soft,
Yeah.
loud, mezzo forte.
I have to repeat 4 times.
I know, but there's lots of different dynamics, right? So there's fortissimo, fortissimo, which you're not going to do in this. Forte, mezzo piano, piano, pianissimo. There's lots of variation in dynamics. What else?
I might say the same, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Emotions, provoking, coquette, kind of.
A different emotion behind each one. So, like she said, coquette. Do you know what that means, coquette? What does coquette mean? It means like flirt, right? Like, saprobacha, come and kiss me. Or the next one might be, come on, what are you doing? Why haven't you kissed me yet? Right? Get mad at him. Or one could be like, oh, well, I'll just ignore you. If I ignore you, you'll probably want to come and kiss me. Right? So the emotion and the meaning behind it is going to change the sound anyway. What else? So if the emotion's different, what is that going to change? How's that going to change the actual diction, the text?
It could change like the tone behind it. Like one could be like sensitive, the other one could be like that. Like they're different ways it could
That's right.
affect. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to change the way the way the text actually comes out of your mouth. Okay, anyone else have anything else they want to toss in? Okay, let's go first let's find 3 different emotions or things that you can follow up on to make the sapro bacha. So let's do. So what would be that first one? How about, do you want to do it as if, let's try this. If you can change your mind later and do something different. What about proud? Look how glorious I am. Aren't I wonderful? Don't you want some of this? So I'm going to write down proud. Okay. What could be another thing that you could do or feel? What would be the next one? Seduce. Yeah, that's always a really strong action. Okay. You have 2 bachas in a row, so what would your second bacha be? Thinking about how he would feel when he kissed you. Thinking about how it makes you feel, or how about this? The second time you say that bacha there, how you felt when Don Giovanni kissed you. What about that? This is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to write that one down. Don G kissing me. That's what you're going to write down there. Okay? What about that one? What if you laugh at him? Not laugh at him, but you just go. Okay, so you've just thought about Don Giovanni kissing you. You can laugh at yourself. What am I thinking? Then that gives you time in the interlude to come back to Mazzetto, because you just went into Don Giovanni land. So you're going to laugh at yourself, which is actually a good thought to have when you have a musical motive that's 16 notes, thinking about laughter. It's good. Okay, so we're going to go from Lascero cavarmi gli occhi, and I'm going to remind you of the emotion. Okay, here we go. Now, when you really think about the action that you are taking, it gives you something to do when you're not singing. Because we all know that feeling of that really long introduction for your aria at your audition. You got your hand on the piano and you're waiting, and you have nothing going on up here. I wonder if this is where I'm supposed to come in. I hope, my dress looks okay. My shoes are really pretty. All those things that go through your head that are not important. What's important is your story. So now, when you go, when the piano's going, You have a story going on here. And then guess what happens? You never miss a beat. You never come in wrong. Tree, are you listening?
I have no idea what you're saying.
All right. When you fill your interlude bars with thought and story, you're not going to go wrong. Okay, this is really good. Let's just finish it off because we need to move on to your next song. How about just where we were? Let's go from the top of page 108. Okay, let's just make sure that the breaths are working for you there so you don't get behind. Take a breath after the ah, because otherwise, that's the moment where you have the most time to breathe. Rather than no, I think that you could breathe there, but you have to be really, really efficient about it. Breathe after ah. Okay, let's go from ah, no, after. Yeah, try again. Way better. Now you're not late. Yay! Try it one more time. Great. Now I will say this. Every time you have the word ah in all music, whatever language it's in, you must understand what the emotion is. It's not just no, it's no, it's for a reason. You never just say There's a million ways to say so it has to have a reason. So whatever Charlene's reason is right here, you gotta know what it is. Okay, try it. Are you ever gonna breathe? Stop! You're making me very nervous because I don't know where you're gonna take your breath, and I think, oh my gosh, I thought she was gonna breathe there, and then you didn't, and then you didn't. So here's the thing: even if you can go for a really, really long time without a breath, you gotta take a breath for dramatic purposes and also for the sake of your audience, because we get really anxious when you don't breathe. We all feel like that. We get really nervous. Okay? Okay. That's fine. What do you take one before the color Florida?
Before pasta?
Yeah. If it works for you. Or you can do it afterwards. No, there's tons of time there. But you didn't do it. I was nervous.
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I would like a breath that is more released, more deep, like this way.
After
Then-
the
Yeah. Did you? Yeah. Well, we can try it 2 ways. You can do it before passat, or after passat, or both. Okay, let's go from. Top of page 109, you know? So far. This is getting really good. So I just really encourage you that both of them, you really think about the reason that you sing it that way. Why does Sterlina all of a sudden go? What would be the reason for that? Good, great. Yes, so one could be so full of joy that you've decided to come back to me. One could definitely be that. The other could be the opposite. What are we gonna do now? Because I actually kind of fell for that other guy. Never mind, Mazzetto. Everything's fine. There can be a lot of story behind it. So then if you have a reason to sing yeah, that all the 16th notes, you can keep you settled. Rather than thinking, I have lots of fast notes to sing. Now you have a reason to sing that. Kind of like laughter. Good. Okay, we need to move on to your next song, which is
before that.
Oh yes, please. Have a drink of water. I always forget. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any thoughts on all that? Who has sung Di Forever? Everybody? Nobody? Sandra, you've never sung this? Charmaine, you've never done this?
No, I haven't. I've heard it, but I've never done it myself.
Wow. Oh, Teresa, you've done this. Yes, okay.
I just don't like this song. I have to openly admit that.
Really? It's so funny. Why don't you like it?
It's the melody. I don't know. It just does not sit with me.
Oh, you don't love this song either? Oh.
Oh, she don't like it either?
I love it. Don't love it.
No, I don't dislike it, but it's not my favorite song.
Oh, okay. Not her favorite song. Well, out of
Yeah, I don't mind listening to it. It's just the singing part.
Oh.
It's just the singing part I don't like.
Like I wouldn't pick this to sing.
Alrighty. Tell us what it's about.
I'm watching a fish. And there's a fisherman trying to catch the fish. And at the beginning, the fish is very happy. And so I'm just watching him trying to catch the fish. And at the end, he did.
Yes.
I very regret what I didn't stop.
And you feel, yes. Yes, you were very upset that the fish got caught. Okay. Good, let me hear it. Very good. Good work. Yay. Nice. Okay, tell me what are the challenges for you in this song?
When I sing Das Xinru, that part.
So yeah, za and so.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of little the differences between the u's and the oo's and the s's and the z's. It's tricky. Agreed? That is tricky. What about the little whenever you have a 16th note group? I or whatever. The lots of them. Always think of the colors.
I actually felt okay. Does that sound horrible?
No, it does not sound horrible, not at all. But what I would like is for them to be a little bit more individual and precise. So I do not mean no, I don't mean that at all. But I rather than so it's really like each note is individual. It's not like expressed from the throat. It's not that Mm-mm. It's still legato, but every note is really there. There's no slurring. You want to just try that? We never want to do that because it's not part of the language. But in German and in English, we use it all the time. Otherwise, it sounds like Freude, Freude, and it sounds like one word. But Freude, very precise, especially when this tempo is like this. Try it one more time. Better. Okay. Now let's look at yeah, so can you feel every note? I don't mean da 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 da, but I want you to stay open through all of it. Okay, so now, can you guys see what's going on a bit? Because you're getting a great view from the side. Does anyone see kind of what's happening? It's being a little bit kind of you're articulating a bit with I'm exaggerating, not that much, but we need it to be a little bit more feeling like you're going this way rather than this way. Does that make sense? Yeah, I know we've talked about that in Masterclass before with other people. So let's do that again. I want you to feel it this way rather than this way. Okay, one more time. That's better. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Every time you have that 16th note pattern, I'm going to be in there helping you remember. Stick it to your body. Okay, here we go. Online lessons are making me crazy because I can't see the whole body and I can't tell when you do with your feet that. Do you know you're doing that a little bit? No. Not allowed. Yes, you need to be on the balls of your feet. Look how dirty my shoes are. So you don't want to be on your heels. If you lean back into your heels, just see what happens right here. Right? It's not comfortable and it gets tight right there, where you don't want it to be tight. That's not what we want. You need to be on the balls of your feet, but you don't want to do this for high notes. So the solution to that is right. You're going to get so much more voice, so much more beautiful sound out of that. It's like athletic. Really athletic job. Takes a lot of energy, a lot of fuel, a lot of temperatures, a lot of food to keep singing. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's try it again. Remember, everybody, that we sing art song, we sing with the same voice as when we sing opera. It's a different style, but it's still the same voice. So you can't sing it on miniature or something like holding your throat. I needed to be reminded of that many, many, many times in my life. So okay, now, right at the end of the second verse, you say, so fängt die Forelle mit seiner Angel nicht 2 times. So what are you going to do?
I didn't take a breath the first time. I took a breath the second time.
Okay, well, breathing is breathing, but you have to tell it differently. It has to be different. Because we don't say something 2 times in a row the same way. Right, so let's see. Give me an example here. Okay, let's see. Oh, that guy almost hit me in the car. That guy, he almost hit me in the car. Right? I would never say that guy hit me with the car. That guy hit me with the car. I would never say it like that. That guy hit me with his car. That guy hit me with his car. That guy hit me with his car. You're going to say it differently. If you say something 2 times, because you really, really, really want it, the point to come across. So that's how you got to say it 2 different ways. So what are you saying here? Okay, first of all, second verse. Ein Fischer mit der Rute, woran der Ufer stand. Who are you talking about? The second verse.
It's like I'm watching the fisherman and putting his rod.
Yeah, so this is the fisherman, right?
Yes.
I don't know, I always see him as this kind of big, burly, proud guy. I'm fishing with the rod. He stands up there and he says, what a glorious day. I think I'll do some fishing and hunting and gathering for my family because I'm a man. And then you are standing there going, you say, the water's clear, that fish is never going to get caught. That fish is too smart. He's never going to catch it. He is never going to catch that fish. You just watch. That's how come you say it twice. Yes, so it has to be more the second time. Okay, let's hear the fisherman one more time. Second verse. My fishing with the rod of wonderful fish was because the Rot wird sich das Fischlein macht. So lang was im Meer, so dann wendet ihr nicht. So fällt die Forelle mit seiner Angel nicht. So fällt die Forelle mit seiner Angel nicht. That's right. Right, so now isn't it different? Because now it's funny to you. You guys just watch this fisherman. He is never going to catch that fish. That fish is too smart. You just wait. Funny to you. Now it's really different. But now you're having a good time singing instead of being serious. Okay, then what happens? What? You got the fish for you. Minor key. Right? Okay, so let's keep going. Story. What's happening? Yeah. So I'm distracting you by telling you a story. But you gotta feel it with story. Because this little the same as it was between verses 1 and 2. They know between verses 1 and 3. The story is different. What's happening right now? He's gonna catch it. You're seeing it, even though the bass is going. Oh, he's changed the hook, or he's changed the bass, or something. And oh my goodness, different. Okay, let's try it one more time.
watching him.
You know what Blute? What is that word mean? Blute. Blood. And what is Regum?
Regan is a gentle.
Well, it's actually you. So it's you. I stand there with boiling blood. My blood was just boiling. It means I was so angry. Und ich mit regem Blute sah die Betrogene an. I saw the betrayed one hanging on the hook. And I was so mad. So you're actually really furious at the end of this. It's hard because then and you're going, oh, you're really mad. Yeah, my blood was boiling. Such a great, I was so mad it felt burning. Hey, oh, what is, okay, so what do you know what is Saput Daran? Do you know what that is? Yeah, it's wiggling. The little fish is caught on the hook and it's going like, woo, like this. And it makes you feel so sad. Like when you see somebody hunting elephants or something, and it makes you want to just crawl under a rock. So awful. Okay, right? So you just feel absolutely like this poor fish is betrayed and tricked. Now, guess what? I will tell you this. There's another verse to the poem that Schubert did not say. So, Schubert. That's right. This is the poet Schubert. Such a music by Schubert. Okay, so the last line of the poem warns young women to beware. Right. I can see people clapping. They're like, yes! So that's what this poem is actually about. It's just that Schubert just made it all about nature and not about moral stories. So that's really why we're going to go. Okay, let me hear the last verse one more time, then we'll move on. Your character goes from and being furious to because that's always what's going on in the piano is always what's going inside of you. Always in these songs. Whether it's just a heartbeat or a walking rhythm or your twisted soul or something is always the story is always in the piano. Good. Okay, so the work never ends in these songs. Even when you've sung the song 150 times, there's still something more you can do with it. There's still something that you can find. Not that every other way was wrong. It's just that you're always going to be growing and changing and seeing how it relates to your own life, your own story. Yeah. But fill the moments when you're not singing with stuff inside your head. Fill it up. Okay, now, I'm going. Does anyone have anything they want to say? We all good? Okay, do you want to tell everybody a little bit more about this song? I feel like, Teresa, did you sing this at your master class? You did.
Yeah, I sang it at my masterclass.
Okay. So have heard it. I've heard it before. Over here, so that we're facing the camera a little bit more. Okay. Let's hear it. Just go on. Nice. Good. Really like this song for you. Thoughts from anybody? Teresa, since you know this song.
Yeah, I think she sounded really nice. Especially, she had a lot of bright space. I felt like she, had a lot of space. It sounded really flowing.
Yeah, it's got a nice feeling of space to it. Sounds really clear. It's beautiful. Anyone else have anything they want to say? Silence.
I like the pronunciation actually. I really understand the language. It's really great, I think.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It needs some, we need some clarity on some of the brighter vowels and making sure that, have a cup of water. Making sure that vowels don't kind of get pressed in your throat at all. And just making sure that sounds like z and have a lot of space behind them. Okay, so let's start at the end. So I want you to feel like you're staying nice and low in it. So what we want is the sensation of you actually like pulling yourself up out of water or something. So it's actually quite a lot of energy. There's quite a lot of resistance in this. I'm not saying pressure, but resistance. You got to lead from the heart space. Really open this up. Okay, try it. Okay, good. Let's try it again. And I want you to actually sing into it. Actually really feel like you're singing into this space. That's totally different. Okay. Keep going. Lean in. Good. Okay, so now, just to make sure you know, we've got to stay with space between the hip bone and the bottom ribs, which is actually not that much space. Like that. Your ribs are really low. Right here. They're high here. They're really low right here. Yeah. So, but we want to make sure that we feel lifted through here all the time, rather than feeling like you're doing the squeezing the sound, the breath out. So leading from here doesn't mean that you then squish this way. Try it one more time. Good. Okay, now. Say Z. Try. Okay, so it sounds like you're not actually doing Z. You need to feel Z. What do you guys hear? Not a Z, right? You do it at the very beginning. But then you're not actually singing a Z. I can't show you because it won't make any difference. Go. Now go. Yeah, so it's the same as S, right? It just has voice. Yeah, so you have to keep, you know where your tongue touches your hard palate? You need that feeling right there. It doesn't touch your hard palate. Your tip of your tongue curves down. That's it. Now, that's it. So you just keep going. Then you add voice. Okay, good. So that's something to practice. And I know that that's a sound, that and like can be really tricky. Those ones can be really tricky. So you just gotta practice them. It's just like S, but then you have voice, and then that's that. All it is. Okay. That's it. Good. So I'm just saying you gotta be really specific about the diction. Otherwise, sometimes it can sound like zeli, like a TS, instead of Z. Zeli, zeli. Yeah. Say it one more time. Z, A, Z. There you go. That's it. Okay, good. Okay, so now that feeling of being in your body all the time. When you're doing this, you're singing into it. Wow, good sound. Then you have to sing the whole song. Whether it's forte or pianissimo doesn't matter. It still has to have your whole body. How does that make you feel when I say that? Nervous? You should be excited. You should be like, say, yeah, do that. Bring it on. Okay, let's try it. Let's go back to the beginning. Good, let's look at that. Every note. Can you sing those? Yeah, so you can't go me. You can't scoop. Slide. You have to go. And then make sure you give every note its full value. So, every note, full value. Hang on a second. What is E? Okay. Okay, now, with Mozart, you must lean into the notes that are tied. So, what do I mean by that? Now here. That one. So the note that's tied. It doesn't mean that we're singing, we're not going, it's not that. We're just giving it a little lean. Does that make sense? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. So let's see. Do you play any other instruments? You play violin. Perfect. Okay, so if you were to play this on violin, we'll probably give it a little more vibrato. Oh, good. Okay, let's try it. Yeah. Does anyone think she needs to spend a little more time on those fermatas? I do. I want more time on the fermatas. It's all about the story. Okay, so same thing. We have repeated text, right? What does "Und ich schließe zitternd dich in meinen Arm"? What does that mean?
I hold you and kiss your rosy cheeks.
Yes, Wangen warm, your rosy cheeks. Okay, and what is zitternd dich? Oh, we had this word in the last song.
Zitternd dich.
And the second one. Zitternd dich. You are trembling. So, and I hold you. You're the one, she's trembling. And I hold you, trembling, in my arms, in my arms, in my arms. Yay, you're mine. Okay, so every time you say in meinen Arm, it has to mean something different. Maybe it's, I'm so overjoyed that I have you in my arms one time. Maybe it's, I can't believe you're with me. Maybe it's, oh my gosh, you're so perfect. Or, I hope I don't screw this up. Or, I don't know, anything. Just has to be different all 3 times. You okay? You good?
Yes.
You need a break?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand.
Oh, the breathing.
Yes.
Okay. As long as it's always letting the muscles go in the belly. Here we go. Yeah, so just make sure that when you take breaths that you don't feel that. I mean, I know you talked about that before. She's not going to let you breathe like that. But I like to always think that my breath is going to go straight down to my tailbone. Right there. That's where I'm going to send my breath. So every time. that's just where I want it to feel like it goes. Because what happens otherwise is that you go, we're going to breathe too high and we're going to get locked up in the ribs. And what we want is to actually let everything release widthwise rather than up. So we need the body to go this way. So and it's an image. I mean, obviously, your lungs are not in your tailbone. You don't actually breathe.
I feel like I'm breathing to my tailbone.
You are, okay. So then why do you feel?
No, I mean, what you mean is I need to feel that my breath is in my tailbone.
Is low and deep.
Okay.
Yes. And by deep, I mean like low, not, I'm going to take the biggest breath I can, because that's not helpful either. It's just low. Just let it drop in. It helps let the muscles. Okay, so let's go from, und ich halte dich und küsse deine Rosenwangenbaum. This is the top of page 2 for us, Lena. Yeah. Und ich halte dich und küsse Just wait. There's a story there. Just wait. Okay, so you just jumped in a little bit. So the piano goes. Yeah. Okay, try again. Wait. Yeah, really good. Okay, let's pause there. Good. Okay. So number one, you gotta time your breaths here so that you don't breathe in the middle of a word. You're not allowed to breathe in the middle of a book, okay? Let's keep going. Okay, good. Except that Mozart has given you an exception. Right? So he's giving a rest between düstere and vodka and rauschen.
Yes, I do usually take a breath there.
Yeah, I know, and you don't have to. You don't have to, but you do have to do the rest. So why do you think it's written like that right there? What is, first of all, let's back up one line. What does sterben mean?
Sterben is dying.
Dying. Okay, so you say, Mädchen, unterstütze, and I hold you, dear maiden, I hold you I clasp you to my bosom, der im letzten Augenblicke, and there in your last glance, I will die. And then you say it again, sterben nur. So is this a happy death or a miserable, painful death?
A happy death.
You got it. Great. Good job. So then, what do you think is happening then when you go? Why would it be written like that? What is happening? Den berauschten Blick umschattet eine düstere Wolke mir.
The unricher gaze and then the shadow and dark could come for me.
Yes. There's always got to be a moment in a happy song about doubting something, right? So, I this dark shadow comes across my eyes, and there's a cloud over everything. What if this doesn't last? What if she dies? What if she turns away and goes to somebody else? What if she just decides she doesn't love me at all anyway? What if her parents won't let me marry her? On and on, right? They go on. So, what would happen then? Why would there be breaths there? What emotion does that bring up?
I'm terrified.
Terrified, uncertain, yeah, scared, terrified. Right. So you, Xinru, are not scared.
Yeah.
The person in this song is scared. I just want to be clear. You are not scared. You are confident. And the singer. Okay, good. Can we try that? This is really good work. Let's go from Metin at the bottom of page 2. So you know what? I would actually breathe on every single one of those 8 notes to give me a sense of going. What if this happened? It's for dramatic effect. It's not because you sing 2 8 notes and you need a breath. That's not why. For drama. It tells a really big story. You want to try it? Sure. Let's just go right on. Yeah. Deep breath out. Always get mixed up. I've made this mistake a million times. If you keep singing the first time, you're going to be caught in a loop and you'll never finish the song. That's just where you went off. Yeah. So what does ematet mean?
I'm exhausted.
Exhausted. Good. So, how are you going to sound exhausted?
Tired.
You're going to just sound tired. Right? So it's not going to be like a tired voice or anything, but but then I will be happy. I will be exhausted, but I will be so happy to be near you. Let's go from there. Last bit. Very nice. Good job. How do you feel? Are you tired?
No.
Okay. Good. She's not tired. She just sang for an hour and a half and she's not tired. Do you feel energized?
Yes.
Then I've done my job. Good. What's up with you? Good job. Does anyone have anything they want to say?
Good job. I love your singing. It's very beautiful, and I love how you brought the character to life in each song. I really appreciate that about your performance.
Good. I'm happy. Okay, everybody. I will see you at 4 o'clock.